Hey guys, Lucas Green here, and I am back with the next video on my list. Well, of the Beast Quest series, of course, and we're back with Beast Quest series 32, book 3, and that, of course, being Makroxa, the Tunneling Terror. So, like always, in-depth story analysis and over thoughts on this book review. So, if you haven't already, make sure you've read the book before watching this review, unless you don't care for spoilers. So, I think I'll get my overall thoughts after, and I'll just do the analysis first. So we'll go with that. So Dolores attacks the ship, and of course Rafe gets gulped down. So not much really happens in that first chapter. It's essentially just avoiding the beast and getting gulped by the monster. Rafe dived down to get his hammer, despite the risk, and together Rugara and Rugara and him made their way out by using Dolores' own body to upchuck themselves. Rafe took his injured ally to shore and they got out. Rafe wakes up, heals Rugara because its wing was hurt. They head to a local mine, and that build of that mine area is very creepy and spooky. So it makes you think it's going to be pretty intense and engaging. So there's that to go with. Our duo find a power source that could make Zuba's army unstoppable. But before anything else, the rat beast shows up, and that the emerge of the rat beast is kind of very creepy. So it does give off vibes of a certain other story that I'm familiar with, and I'll address that when I get to that at the end. Rafe runs away. There are mine caves in there, and they all escape and prepare to fight near the mine carts. So get ready for that, because they're trying to avoid Makroxa for now. Rafe ran away after discovering the beast had a hard hide, because he tried to fight him briefly, but when he figured out that the beast had a hard hide, he had to back off. He finds a firestone supply, and Makroxa returns. Rafe rescued Rugara, and she chased him. Eventually she grabbed him. Makroxa gets beaten in one shot, and our heroes reunite together. And that's the thing here. I kind of rushed through that bit of my notes here, but here's the thing. There's not much really fighting really in this book. It's essentially they come across Makroxa, and due to plot contrivances, they retreat. He's either retreating due to his ally's injury, retreating due to the situation of the battlefield, or other stuff that was established in the book. So, and then when he does beat him, it's kind of anticlimactic. So the fight is kind of one note. With that being said, though, it does remind me of Fang, the Bat Beast, where you had. Granted, I like that book more than this because it had more going for it with the slaves, and the beast felt more of a dangerous threat. But Croxa just seems to be run away from on the rat, which is a shame because there's a good potential to have with this beast, and it's just a shame that we don't get a really good. We haven't had that rat beast that I felt was, very powerful and very, I'm intimidated. I mean, the closest thing I guess would be Vermark to me, but because that was more due to story contrivances than anything else. And speaking of story, we'll go into our character analysis here. Rafe recovers his weapon. That's one positive he does. He also heals his ally. He studies the Firestone, which is the power source that's been established. Knows when to fall back. First time he ran away, you could argue it's because Rugara needed time to recover. The second time he tried to run away to get out of an unstable mine. The third time he knew his hammer couldn't affect the thick hide. The fourth time he didn't have his hammer. So every time he had to run away, you could argue some excuse of why he did that, but it does kind of take away, like you're expecting some sort of combat and you're not going to get that. So for people expecting a fight, you're not going to get that. Rugara helps Rafe release them from Dolores, looks after him while he recovers after Dolores attacked him, and returns Rafe's hammer. So at least Rugara did have some interesting key points, even though the ally was injured. Makroxa himself, his special power can dig. He's fearsome and egotistical because there's literally a point where he could literally kill. I know for a fact he literally killed Rugara. And as for Rafe, there's probably points where he could have kicked his butt too, but due to his egotism, kind of held himself back a bit. Chiropter. Oh yeah, that's the next book I've got to get into, so that's my notes for that next time. But overall, guys, this is It's an alright piece. It's probably going to be the weakest story-wise for me. Beast-wise, it could also be established as the weakest of the weakest of the four. And I've already read Chiropta with Jax, and yeah, we kind of had the same vibe. It had a good build-up at the start, but it kind of dwindled as it went down. It's a shame Rafe kind of had a bit of a shafting book, but it's a nice fluff piece to balance out the story. So if you're looking for a Beast Quest book with something different besides action, then this is the book for you. So there you go. That being said, though, guys, this has been Makroxa the Tumbling Terror, and I'll see you guys in the next book where I'll be doing, of course, the finale, Chiropta the Skeleton Eagle. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching.